Hello again, if you're new here, I'm Wealth. I'm currently a 50th medical student of UI, and on this channel, I make videos about medicine, admission, and personal development. When I wrote my second UTME, I scored 323, and over the years, I've had the privilege of tutoring and mentoring a lot of students who scored above 300, and to the glory of God, many of them are in different universities studying different courses. So here's the challenge in this video. With my knowledge and experience, if I had just 1 month to prepare for the exam, the UTME, there are some specific things I'm going to do, and that is what this video is about. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing what I will do if I had just 1 month to prepare, with the hopes that you're going to get some lessons on how you can best utilize the last month of your exam. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is to know and believe that 1 month is enough time to make significant progress in preparation for your UTME. Please don't get me wrong, if you're watching this video in the future and your UTME, the JAMB exam you want to write, is long away from you, please don't wait till the last month before you start preparing for the exam. The earlier you start, the better. Like when you have enough time to prepare, it is safer, it is more effective, and you are not just as worried, and you don't have to work as much as you need to if all you have is just 1 month to your exam. But if you're watching this video and you've not started preparing at all, and all you have is 1 month to your exam, don't give up. There is a lot you can do in 1 month. And if also you've been preparing, but you know that your preparation has not been the most optimal, yes, in the last month of your exam, there are things you can do that can actually move mountains. I believe that a student can do something in 1 month that could possibly shift the student from potentially scoring 250 in the UTME to scoring 300. But in this 1 month, you are going to do a lot of work. It is not easy. So back to me, what am I going to do? During the 1 month, I'm going to lock in and remove all the distractions, or remove as many distractions as I possibly can. So for me, the distractions could be like Instagram, TikTok, and I actually don't do many of these things anymore. But I can imagine during those times, these were my distractions. I would delete as many of these apps as possible and keep maybe just one of them. I know that this 1 month is a time for me to prepare for the exam, after which I'm going to have all the time in the world to do whatever I want. And before my post-UTME, before I start preparing for my post-UTME, I can spend 1 month without studying at all. And second thing that will make me lock in for this next month, if I was preparing for the UTME, is to prevent myself from actually going through this again. I know, okay, I want to suffer all the suffering I need to suffer once and for all, and it will actually make me sit through the rigorous process of preparing. So before we continue the video, let me pause and plead with you to please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. A significant number of people that watch my videos on this channel are not subscribed yet. So if you are one of them, kindly please subscribe. It's free to do. Just click on the subscribe button. And also like this video and share with somebody or group of friends you think might find it helpful. Thank you. The second thing I'm going to do is to spend most of the waking hours of my day actually studying or doing study related activities. Let me explain. I know it is not practical for you to study 24 hours a day. Of course, you are going to sleep. Even if I sleep for 10 hours, I cannot possibly spend the remaining 14 hours of the day studying. I imagine you are in your parents' house, you have to still run errands, you have to do house chores, and you probably have other things you're doing. So what I'm going to do is to actually make the best use of the time I have left, removing this compulsory time I have to spend on other things. So this is exactly how I'm going to do it, to make sure I spend most of my waking hours studying. I want to have dedicated time. I take my textbook or any of my study resources, if it is my notes or whatever study resource I'm using. I'm going to take some hours, sit with it, try to read them and understand them to the best of my ability. But when I get tired of doing this, instead of abandoning studying altogether, I'm not going to do that. There are other study related activities I could do, like solving the past questions. I could pick past questions and solve maybe 10 questions on the topic I just read, or 50 questions on the topic I'd read earlier. When I get tired of studying past questions or solving past questions, the other things I could do, I could just sit down and try to remember what I've read before, or pick a YouTube video on a topic I didn't understand before to read. I remember when I was actually preparing for my second UTME, I did this a lot. When I'm not studying, when I'm doing other stuff that needs my time, for example, when I wash the dishes in our house, when I'm doing the dishes, I'm thinking the physics I read earlier. Maybe I read a topic on elasticity. as I'm washing the plate doesn't require too much like attention, doesn't require my thinking so much. So I can think of something else while I'm washing the plate. I think of, oh, what did I read on elasticity? What are the formulas? If I have a question, can I solve it? In the process of doing the dishes, I'll probably realize something I've forgotten. Then I could just leave the plate for like 1 minute, just check what I've forgotten, go back to the dishes, or just wait after doing the dishes, then I'll go quickly to the textbook to check what I've forgotten. Doing it this way kept me almost always studying most of my waking hours. And because my brain is always thinking about the book or book stuff, my brain was just sharp and ready. Like, if you wake me up from sleep and ask me questions, because my brain is constantly meditating and ruminating on this thing, it was easier for me to actually bring it. Many of those things were at my fingertip. So if I need to study for UTME again in 1 month, that's what I'm going to do. My waking hours, most of it, I'll spend it studying or doing study-related activities. And when I need to take break, I'll take fun, deserved breaks. I'll take breaks after I've done a good amount of work, then I'll take break and enjoy myself. The next thing I will do is to make a plan if I don't already have one, or review the plan I already have. First thing to do is to actually check the JAMB syllabus, because I know that the JAMB syllabus is what the exams will be based upon. I want to look at the JAMB syllabus and see, like, in this 1 month duration I have, how many of these things do I want to try to do? I'm going to set a realistic goals. At least I know I cannot possibly finish all the topics in that 1 month. Then I'll look at as many topics as I can finish based on the topics I think are high yield. I could get this high yield topic from my experience solving the past question. Oh, these are the topics I see more questions on. I could pick, these are the numbers of topics I'm going to study. Then I could also decide numbers of years of past questions I want to study. I'm going to set an ambitious goal, but I'll make it as realistic as possible. So while I'm trying to aim for the maximal possible work, I'm also trying to make it as realistic as possible based on my own ability. That's how I'm going to set my plan. And another thing I will do is to not try to do what every other person is doing, because I know I'm unique. When your exam is coming, different people are going to tell you to do different things, and it will make you jump from one thing to another. Oh, they say it is Lambda that is good now. You were already reading JAMB's remix series before. You abandoned that one and start LamLad. You're not done with the LamLad. Someone tells you, oh, it is something else that works. You leave that one and jump. Yeah, it's good to actually listen to people and listen to the advice, make sense of it. See how you can modify your own study plan based on the advice, not necessarily jumping and dumping your own plan altogether. What I'm saying in essence is this: if you already have a plan that's working, just stick to that plan and double down on it. You don't have to abandon your own plan as far as it works for you. Next thing I will do is to use strategies that will increase my study speed. First of all, I know that to study, to understand, to learn properly actually takes time. And this time, I do not have the luxury of it anymore. I don't have the luxury of time. So I need to balance speed and effectiveness in my study. So what I'm going to do is to try to use things I know actually makes me study faster. For example, instead of sitting through and trying to understand a textbook for so long, I could actually watch a YouTube video on that topic. And this YouTube video, I could watch it at increased speed if the person talking or teaching the video is very slow. This video will probably give me a good idea of what the textbook is talking about, and I can go back to the textbook and read it and understand it faster this time. And to watch the video, I don't have to sit down when I need to study to watch the video. I could watch the video when I can't study. For example, outside and people are making noise and I don't want to go inside to study yet. I will just simply put in my earpiece and watch the video right there and try to understand as much as I can, then go back to my study table to actually study the topic. I could talk to friends to teach me, tutorials that could be helpful. And there are many online resources that actually do help. There are articles online, and also AI can help. ChatGPT particularly can help understand some things. Like, if I don't understand something from the textbook, I could easily put it in ChatGPT. Could you explain this thing to me? And all those things will make my study, to make the rate of assimilation faster. Basically, I'm going to use as many helpful resources that works for me as possible. The next thing I'm going to do is to solve past questions almost every day. Some days I'm going to also try to do the past questions in the actual UTME format, in the JAMB format, like the JAMB exam format. The reason why I'm going to solve past questions every day is because, one, it gives me an opportunity to learn a wide range of topics. I cannot possibly finish all the topics in the JAMB syllabus because I have limited time. But just solving past questions, different years of past questions, will give me exposures to topics I'll never be able to read. But I'm not just solving past questions, I'll also do corrections of the past questions. So in the process of doing corrections of a topic I've not read, I'm going to read something. It could be very short. That's why online resources can be very helpful. Also, ChatGPT can really help with this. You saw a question on a topic you've not read before. You could just bring out the question, put it in ChatGPT, tell it to tell you the answer, and like a little explanation. You could be lucky, just this little explanation you got on that topic you've not read might actually save you in the exam. You might just find a question that will have similar concepts, and that extra reading is what is going to help. So this is something I would definitely do. Another reason why I would solve past questions a lot, like every day or almost every day, is because I want my brain to get used to the actual process of solving past questions. There's a way I think about it that when you're solving past questions, it makes your brain so familiar with the process of answering the exam, such that when you are sitting for the real exam, it is not like the first time you are sitting for the exam. Each of the past question session is like a little similar experience to what the actual exam is going to be. So it means when you are sitting in the exam, that exam is not your first exam. It is just, you can look at it like another session of past question, but this time the result is going to matter the most. But when I've solved a lot of past questions and I do it regularly till my exam, to do it again on my exam, there's not going to be a lot of a hassle compared to I've not been solving past questions and I suddenly come. If you give me a challenge, for example, now I've been spending most of my time studying medical related stuff. I've not been studying a lot of physics, chemistry, and I've not particularly been doing past questions. Many of you can actually beat me in physics right now, but if you give me a month for me to like solve past questions every day, I'll be able to beat a lot of students. I'm not bragging, that's just it. I'm just trying to tell you the importance of trying to do past questions every day. And not just do past questions, you should also try to get the corrections. Occasionally, also try to do them in the exam format. So the last thing I'm going to do is to do more of what is working for me and reduce what is not working. And I learned this in medical school. As you are studying, as you are preparing, you can also pay attention to yourself and see, oh, this is working and this is not. Anything that is not working for you, I think you should cut them down. You might just be attending some tutorials and really you know deep down that you're not really benefiting from this, like the mode of teaching, or they've gone so far from you and you are always lost, or the quality of teaching is not so great. It's better to spend your time doing something more productive. Or you might have a group of friends, maybe you have a group of friends and you claim to be brainstorming with them, but you are not gaining anything from the brainstorming. That's not a good use of your time. It could reduce how much time you spend doing that and do something else that works for you. But don't let this be an excuse to be lazy. Like you say, the tutorial is not so good, so I'm not going. But the time you're not spending in the tutorial, you are spending sleeping. That's not a good way to do it. So, for example, it's not say the class I'm attending is not really effective. And the time for class, instead of them to be doing something actually productive, they're actually at home sleeping. So that is not good. It's better to attend the class that is not productive than to stay at home and not doing anything to compensate for that time that is lost. I am unique, you're unique. I hope from this video you found tips and lessons you can adapt to your own unique self. And I really wish you best of luck. I pray that God is going to help you as you go write and conquer the JAMB. And now it seems like the mighty exam. When you look back in retrospect, you're going to see that it's just another exam and there are many more exams to come. I hope this is going to be the last one you write, and I wish you the very, very best of luck. So please, thank you for watching, and I want to say please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and share this video with someone. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the comment section. I'll see you again. Bye bye.